Well, hey there, I'm Jonathan Atwell, lead pastor of CrossRoads Church. In this video, I'm going to continue walking alongside you as we take a look at the Gospel of Luke. So grab your Bible and a notebook and a pen or a pencil and let's get started. Today, we're just going to look at the next three verses from Luke 1, 5 through 7. As you read these verses, remember, we're going to be answering these questions. These are what to look for. What jumped out at you as you read? What do these verses say about God? What does it say about people? And how do I need to respond? So go ahead, tap pause right now as you read Luke 1, 5 through 7 from your Bible. Okay, you got it read, right? So first question, what jumped out at you as you read? Sometimes these verses that give historical context and introduce stories can seem pretty stale, but think about what you just read. It gave real historical context to the beginning of Jesus' story. Man, that's kind of a big deal. That tells us that this story is real. It's not some kind of fairy tale that we believe to make life better in hopes of some kind of happily ever after. Man, back when there was a real ruler in Judea by the name of Herod, there were two real people. And what Luke's saying is, now I'm going to tell you a story about them. I mean, you can go to Wikipedia and you can find all about this guy named Herod the Great and when he ruled Jerusalem and what that was all about. Man, he was there when this story of these real people happened. Man, that's all kind of cool, right? Did anything else jump out at you? Go ahead now, pause here so you can write that down, whatever that is that jumped out at you as well. Second question, what does this tell us about God? Well, as we just noticed, we have a God who acts in the real world. The Bible is not some book that's full of wise platitudes the way some religious books are. It's full of stories of real people. It also tells us that God chooses to work in the lives of real people who choose to walk with Him. Zechariah and Elizabeth, man, they were people who chose to honor God with their lives. Now notice, I didn't say God only works in the lives of people who walk with Him, but He certainly shows us that He does, that it's not futile to do your best to walk with God. We also see that He didn't forget them, even though they were older and had not had children. This was a big deal because a lot of people around Elizabeth would have been wondering why she'd been cursed by God and unable to have children. That's just the way they thought. Was there anything else I missed? Don't worry, pretty soon. I'll leave some things for you to grab if you didn't find something else in the passage. We're just getting started at this. Let's go ahead and take a minute to pause the video and write anything else down that jumped out at you. Question 3, what does it tell us about people? Man, there are people who are faithful to God, right? There always have been, and there always will be. Sometimes when you're working hard to honor God with your life, it's easy to be discouraged and feel like you're the only one. Well, here's the thing I want you to remember. There's always someone else out there. Do you see anything else it says about God's people? Elizabeth was barren, right? Some of us have faced really hard realities in this life, regardless of how we've tried to honor God. And I want you to understand you're never alone. There's always someone else out there who's facing hard circumstances. You don't have to give up. You can be faithful because God hasn't forgotten you. Question number 4. Of course, you can pause and answer that question if you need to, if there's something else. Question number 4, how do you need to respond? Man, it's been a hard last couple years, hasn't it? We've faced challenges that we've never faced before. But God has not left us. He's not forgotten us. We are not alone. I am not alone. You are not alone. So take a minute now to stop and pray. And as you pray, thank God that you're not alone. Ask Him to make you faithful. Even when, or maybe especially when you feel like He might have forgotten you. Man, thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me today. I can't wait to see you tomorrow, and have a great day discovering Jesus.